Welcome to 49ers Live postgame show. Professor B here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel here in Santa Clara. A kind of a low-key one. The Niners fell to the LA Rams Sunday afternoon over at the Mecca at Levi Stadium, and Matthew Stafford, no doubt, one day we'll be getting his bust in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, as he just carved up the Niners with the team injured, undermanned, and it showed this afternoon. The Niners fall to the Rams. It's their second loss in their first loss in the division, their second loss in overall in conference, and now the Niners drop to 6-4 as they now will, and not only that, with the Detroit Lions were winners today, they're going to lose more ground with the Lions winning today, and possibly they're going to lose more ground to tomorrow night's the loser of tomorrow, or the winner of tomorrow night's game. The Niners are going to lose some more ground in the standings, so the Niners will drop to 6-4. They are a game and a half back, and then with the Seahawks all over the struggling, free-falling Cardinals, the Niners they're in third place in the NFC West. So nothing great. Kyle Shanahan right now is at the platform.
Yeah, a little bit of both. We knew it would be a big challenge going in. We knew how good they are, but we thought we could slow them down and find a way to get off on third down. We obviously didn't do that very well. We did it twice there in the first half, got none in the second half. Thought we had a chance down there in the red zone when Stafford scrambled. We came up to get him and gave him a touchdown there. But it wasn't anything really in particular, just not good enough.
What was happening on the 12-man penalties?
2 times we subbed in dime and we didn't get a guy off. So I think one time we didn't get it call in fast enough. I got the timeout on that, and the next time we didn't. So it was on us.
What was the message to the team in the locker room afterwards? What did you have to say to them?
I just told them, guys, it wasn't good enough. As bad as it was at times, I still believe if we convert that 4th and 1 in the first half and we don't turn it over on the other drive, it's a 2-score game, and I believe we're right in that. I believe it could have came down the end if we played a little bit better on offense in the first half. Obviously, we got to get a D. D's got to get a stop there in the second half, but I still think we could have made that a game. I believe I told them I believe that we can find a way to win any game that we're in, but if we hurt ourselves like that, 7 penalties to 0, not getting off on third down. I think they were 5 of 5 in the red zone, and then the offense having 2 turnovers and they're having 0. You make that pretty tough on yourself.
Does that feel like the kind of reality for this team right now, that especially for the offense, the margin of error is that much thinner with so much attrition on defense?
Yeah, we all know that it's a challenge with how many guys they're missing on D. So we truly understand that. I know we can do better than what we did today, though, and I believe the offense can do better than what they did today.
A few times they know it's on the offense. The defense is missing so many people. Has that been something you've said? Is it something maybe you just generally agree with, that you don't want to just say it's not on the defense, but because the offense has a lot of guys and maybe coming back, that it is a little bit more responsibility on them?
That's what I expect offensive players to say, and I expect defensive players to say the opposite. I put it on all 3 phases, though, regardless of the situation. I thought, O did some good things today, but not good enough to finish that win. The D struggled at times, but they got to just make a couple stops on 2 drives, and I feel like they can give us a chance to win there. So I'm never going to just put it on one side of the ball, but obviously we are wounded at D, got more guys down over there, and that does give the other sides a little bit more of an advantage.
Was Brock to being the backup today?
He could have gone, definitely. I just decided to hold him, not put him in that situation.
How'd you feel, Mac?
They're probably never going to be 100% again this season. Is there, at some point, do you just have to play him knowing that he's not going to be 100%?
Yes, it depends on how close to 100% he gets. Our dilemma, or what we're trying not to do, is put him out in the situation we did versus Jacksonville. 5 weeks ago or 6, whatever it was. So I do believe he's closer and further along than what he was at that time. So hopefully he'll have a chance this week.
How'd you feel Mac Jones played today?
It seemed like he played really well. I thought he got rid of the ball, didn't get caught with it too much, got the ball to the right spots, and definitely gave us a chance to win.
Is he playing better just as he, gets more starts and plays more in this offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think he played pretty good though early on, so I thought he played really well today, but I thought he did that. Obviously, his first game was versus New Orleans and did the same, and he's been playing real well for us all year.
I don't think they had a sack. Is that, obviously the offensive line's doing something well, but is that also a reflection on Mac making quick decisions?
Yeah, that's everybody. I thought the O-line did really well, especially versus that group. I thought Mac did a really good job getting rid of it, and I thought all of our eligibles did a good job getting to the spots. When you throw it close to 40 times, I'm not sure what we did, maybe 39. When you throw it that many times versus that type of pass rush, everyone's got to be doing a pretty good job to not give up any sacks.
Anything else?
That's it. All right, guys.
Well, that was all she wrote. What Kyle Shanahan said. We'll be getting you right back out to Levi Stadium in just a moment. You are looking live here at the postgame central here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. The 49ers falling to the LA Rams as the Niners drop their first game in divisional play. So now they begin the second half of the second round of divisional opponents. Now they drop to 6-4, and the Niners will now go take care of will face the Arizona Cardinals next week. And, an important ball game coming up next week. So, we're going to get you back out to Levi Stadium in just a few moments. Next Sunday's game, 1 week from today, it's a 1:05 game. 1:05 is the starting time. That will be on Fox. That would be part of the late game. And really nothing to say. They just couldn't stop them, and you're not going to win games with a very hot offense like the Rams. And now with that victory, by the way, the Rams have now beaten San Francisco. Now they've won. They have now beaten them. Rams came in there, have won 4 and 3 straight. Split. The Rams have now beaten the 49ers 4 of the last 5 times. They've beaten them 3 straight here at the Mecca. If you just, of course, they beat the 49ers in the regular season finale 2 years ago. And a game didn't mean nothing for the 49ers because they had already wrapped up the NFC West and the home field advantage for the playoffs. But they've beaten them 3 in a row. They beat them last year here on that Thursday night back in mid-December. Early mid-December, 12-6. And then after that, the Niners, of course, it was in that stretch where they lost 7 of their last final 8 games to go 6-11. And once again, the injuries, when you lose 2 perennial All-Pros, one already has been named, 2 candidates for NFL's Defensive Player of the Year candidates, and one who recently won it, and then you lose that, and then you lose your rookie Mikael Williams. You just can't compensate when you don't have that pass rush, and everybody can criticize John Lynch for them not getting another pass rush, but I am not surprised they did not. It's just you can't, you don't want to risk your draft capital for the long haul. I think they did the right thing for not just get the most of what you have for this year. Whatever happens, it happens, But I still believe that this race could go down to the final Sunday. So the Niners hope to get whatever players they got back coming, and hopefully that they can, and just get in as a wild card. The Rams and Seahawks will play showdown head-to-head for the NFC West next Sunday, 1 week from today. So this is what they're going to have to work with now. So let's take this quick time out, and when we come back, we'll hear more. We'll get you back out here live more. You're watching 49ers Live post-game show on Niners Radio 49. Welcome back to 49ers Live, 49ers post-game show here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel on Niners Radio 49. The Niners lose to fall to the LA Rams. The injured played by a score of, they end up losing by a score of 42 to 26. We'll get you to the scores in just a few moments as the 49ers now fall to 4. They now go to 5 and 6 and 4 as just it was all, the Matthew Stafford showed and Devontae Adams showed all this afternoon. And we are going to get you to recap the game. We'll get you back out to Levi Stadium in a few moments on Niners Radio 49, our post-game show. So the Niners, with that loss, drops to 3rd place in the NFC West. And so we'll so we started off in the first quarter, the 49ers winning the coin toss, and they elected to defer for the second half. It was Kareem Williams with a touchdown, for a touchdown that put Los Angeles up by a score of 7-0. Then Matthew Stafford connected with Puka Nacua for a 22-yard pass from Stafford. Well, that first play, it was with 10-14. 4 minutes and 4:46. Then it was Nacua connected with Stafford. It was 7 plays, 86 yards, 3. It was 14-0. Then after the Niners, Juwan Jennings caught a ball and lost it, the Rams took over. They end up taking over. Matthew Stafford, 4 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions for the game. So and then Allen got a pass. They went 9 plays, 4 minutes and 33 seconds. And at one point they scored 21 unanswered points. It was 21-0. Then Purdy connected with Juwan Jennings with a 6-yard TD pass. The Niners used 7 plays, 3 minutes and 29 seconds. It was 21-7. In the third quarter, Brian Robinson, 1-yard touchdown run. Eddie Pinheiro got the extra point. It was 21-14. But this was and then that was possibly the closest the Niners got, because just like that after that, the Rams got the ball back. They marched down the field. Adams' 2-yard pass from Matthew Stafford. 12 plays, 64 yards, 6 minutes and 54 seconds. That got that touchdown back as 28-14 Los Angeles. In the fourth quarter, Farrell 9-yard pass Farrell from Mac Jones. The kick was blocked. It was 28-20. Then Kyrie Williams, Kyrie Williams 7-yard touchdown run made it 35-20. They increased the lead back up to 15 points. Parkinson's 16 touchdown yard pass from Stafford. It was 42-20. Then George Kittle's 13-yard pass from Mac Jones. The 2-point conversion failed, so it was 42-26. Niners were 0 for 2 on converting either an extra point or a 2-point conversion or extra point. So it was not a good day for the Niners defense. They just could not stay off the field, and the injuries are killing them. You know, with all the players, your big stud players, defense is not on the field. So take a look at the stats. The Rams ran 67 plays. The Niners 60. 401 total net yards on offense for Los Angeles to San Francisco 393. But the Niners were penalized 7 times. 7. And the Rams were penalized zilch. You're not going to win games when you get penalized 7 times. And then the Niners turned over the ball twice, forced 2 turnovers, and the Niners were -2 in the turnover takeaway giveaway ratio. So that's it was not a good day. Not staying off the field. The Rams converted 5 times in the third down efficiency. Niners only 3. Both teams converted on 4th down 1 time. Niners were 1 for 2 on 4th down plays. Niners were just the Rams were 1 for 1. Niners were 1 for 3 and 4 downs. And looking at the individual stats, player stats, Matthew Stafford was Mac Jones, 28 out of 33 of 29, 319 yards, 3 touchdown passes. Matthew Stafford threw for 280 yards, 4 touchdown passes. That's a new NFL record, consecutive games he threw at least 4 touchdowns or more. Kyrie Williams, 14 carries for 73 yards. Brian Robinson had a great day. Led the Niners in rushing, 8 carries for 41 yards. Devontae Adams, 6 receptions for 77 yards. George Kittle led the Niners with 9 balls caught for 84 yards. McCaffrey was held to just 30 yards rushing on 12 carries. But McCaffrey did catch 8 balls for 66 yards. Juan Jing, 6 catches for 71 yards. Devontae Robinson, 3 catches for 34 yards. Kendrick Bourne, 1 ball for 19 yards. Defensively, D. Winters, five total tackles. Not one single Niner recorded a 1 full sack. Keanu White and Khalid Davis had a half sack. So this is just who they are without, your interior pass rush, and they just been so depleted by these injuries. You lose Nick Bosa and Freddie Warner, 2 candidates for Defensive Player of the Year, and you just cannot, like I said, you just can't compensate for losses like that. And So we will take this time out. We'll come back in a few moments. You're watching 49ers Live on post-game show. Niners fall to the Los Angeles Rams. And we'll have a look around the scoreboard in just a few moments when we come back, unless we hear from the next players coming to the podium. You're watching 49ers Live post-game here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Yours truly, Professor B, for Niners Radio 49.
how tough was it to try to come back? And you guys did. When you guys were down 21-0, you guys made it a game, one-score game, and then what happened after that?
What happened after that? I mean, we started the game off with a punt, a fumble, a fourth down turnover, a touchdown, and a punt. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, since I've been back, is that our team is going to have to rely on our really good veteran offense to score a lot of points and not turn the ball over. And we didn't really do that today. And so I think that's going to be the case moving forward. Our offense has to play at an incredibly high level. We have to score a lot of points. We have to not turn the ball over. And I think our defense is going to get better and better throughout the week because we still have a lot of young guys. We have a lot of guys missing. But we have to help out our defense. And that's the way the season's going to go. Our offense has to play at a high level, efficient, not turn the ball over, score points, score in the red zone, and then we'll win a lot of games. But if we're not doing that, that's going to happen.
Frustrating is the win-loss rhythm that you guys are on right now, and how do you kind of string some together, some wins together?
Stringing wins along is really fun. I will say win-loss is significantly better than last year when it was like loss. So as long as we're not like getting worse as a team, like I thought, besides the turnovers and stuff like that, our offense still, we were moving the ball. I mean, Mac Jones had a hell of a football game. Was he 33 of 39? Right? Yeah. I mean, the interception actually is a catch. It's not a complete pass, so 34. He said that to me, and that was his idea. That's funny. But, like, it is frustrating. Like, losing sucks. Just is what it is. I hate losing. It's not very fun. But as long as, like, we're getting better, and the Rams are the number one defense in the NFL. They're, like, everyone's favorite team in the NFL. So, like, was that a must-win game? I don't know. I mean, I want to win every single game, but we still have plenty of games in front of us that if we win those, we'll put ourselves in positions to succeed at the end of the season. So we just can't let this loss turn into another loss. So we have to figure out a way to not screw off next week and go into Arizona and have a really good game against them.
Based on what you're saying about the offense, it seems like the margin for error is pretty slim. How do you make sure guys don't press to make sure that you're trying to be perfect offensively?
I mean, I don't think we need to be perfect. Like, again, Mac Jones has been our quarterback for how many weeks? He's our backup quarterback, and he's been playing really, really well. We don't have Ricky Pearsall. We don't have Brandon Ayuk. I missed 5 games. Like, we have a bunch of guys out there who just love playing football. I mean, Kendrick Bourne had 300 yards in, like, back-to-back weeks. He had 150 yards. Like, so we have guys who can make plays, guys who love playing football. I don't think it's not like a pressure thing on us. It's just like, hey, go out there and execute, man. Like, you know how to do it. Everybody here, like, our receiving room has 2 30-year-olds in it. Like, we're smart enough to go out there and play, and Juwan's been in this offense long enough. Like, we just got to go out there and execute, not turn the ball over. Just do what we're supposed to do, and our offense should score a lot of points.
Kendrick mentioned that he thinks after a win, sometimes there's a tendency to get a little relaxed, feel like maybe you're farther along than you are, not you personally, the team. Do you feel that way?
No, the only thing, like, the crazy thing about football is, like, you could have an absolutely terrible week of practice, and then if you go out there and win on Sunday, who really cares about the week of practice because you won on Sunday? You could have a fantastic week of practice, and it sets you up for success on Sunday, but if you lose, it is what it is. Like, I don't think we had a bad week of practice. I think guys are moving around. I think it was difficult. Guys are definitely banged up. After back-to-back, long flights, stuff like that, guys were tired a little bit. But, like, I felt the juice on Thursday, Friday. Saturday, guys are excited to play. And I still felt the juice out there. It took a little bit for our defense to, really, like, come together, get a stop. But they're young defense. It's going to take them a little bit. Sal's going to coach them up. It is what it is. But, all my expectations are just for the offense and to continue to just execute and stop turning the ball over.
Obviously, Mac, at this point, I'm sure doesn't really surprise you, but I mean, looking back when he first got here, did you expect Mac Jones to be this good?
No, I did not. Nope, I did not. Nope. It's awesome. What a hell of a football player. I get why he was a first-round draft pick. 33 of 39, wherever the statistic was, that's a hell of a football game. Like, he is playing really well. He's not, like, dangerous with the football either. Like, he makes good throws. He forces a couple of, once in a while, but he's doing a great job. And, like, our offense isn't an easy offense for a quarterback. Like, I think besides, like, quarterback and tight end, in my opinion, are the 2 hardest positions in our offense, just of what's asked of you on every single play. Like learning the plays wise, like, you're just required to do so much. And Christian's up there too, because he does so much too. But for Mac to come in and just, like, take control of the offense and play at a high level consistently, It's awesome, and it makes me really happy because I'm a huge fan of Mac Jones. He's hilarious, and I love playing football with him because you can tell he really loves the game. Give me one sec. That's tough for you. You can go.
How would you explain the burden that Christian carries and what he brings on this offense?
Did you just ask me that because you just walked in? That's crazy. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, if you look at our offense last year when Christian doesn't play to this year when he does play, and just the amount of things that we're allowed to do because of how talented he is, like that's what Christian brings to the table. All the routes he runs, how good he is in the outside zone, how good he is at getting downhill. I mean, like just the way, I know you guys all get like the 22 cut-ups where you can see the film. Watch how he rides the wave of an outside zone and then figures out how to cut up inside. There's not a lot of people that can do what he does. And like that helps us out tremendously, the way he gets downhill. And then, I mean, what was it? On our first touchdown drive, he's out there running an Arches route, getting us a first down, and then Brian gets to score the next play. Like, he's selfless. He does anything that we want him to do, and he's better than everybody else at doing it. And that's why he's leading our team in receiving yards, rushing yards, touchdowns, all of the above. One sec. You can go next. Let him go.
On your touchdown.
Yes.
Gloss over that here. Did you see how close you were to going out of bounds? And then did that football mean something special to you to throw back to keep as it keeps?
I like to keep my touchdown balls because they're very difficult to score. I've learned that over the course of my career. And so they're fun, and my wife likes them for decorations. But yeah, no, I knew that Matt kind of floated it, and I was like, please just don't go out of bounds. And then I thought I was in bounds, and I saw I was close enough, and everything in me, I've watched so much Kyle Juszczyk film that he dives every time and extends the football every time he's close to the end zone, even though you're not supposed to. But I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go for this one, and it turned out really, really well. It was actually funny because back in my senior year of college, we were playing at Purdue, and I had a very similar play on the sideline. I went in to dive, and my back foot hit out of bounds as I was entering the end zone, and so they called me out of bounds like on the 1-inch yard line, and I literally was thinking of that as I was diving. I was thinking, like, keep your feet up, which is wild flashback just 9 years ago. Crazy. Grant.
At 6-4, do you feel like this team has what it takes to make a deep run in the playoffs, or is that not your focus right now?
Ooh. Both. Yes, I do. Like, I think we're incredibly talented, and we have guys on offense coming back, like we do. And like our left guard, we had Barch and Burford play. So like whoever figures that part out, and we'll get some solidify. Yeah, let's go solidify. Solidity. Thank you. And so like that will lock itself in. And again, like Mac's been playing so well that people are like, oh yeah, controversy, stuff like this. Brock Purdy's an amazing quarterback, and that's why we paid him so much money. And then whenever we can get Ricky and, hopefully at some point Brandon back, like we have a lot of talent on this offense. And so I thoroughly believe that we can score a ton of points. And I really do also believe that our defense will just get a little bit better every single week. I truthfully do believe that. And they've just been taking haymakers year round with all the injuries. But I do. Saleh's such a good coach that he's going to bump those guys up. They're going to get some stops. And we just have to continue to score a lot of points and not turn the ball over. And our special teams is still playing really well. Like Sky Moore he's got a house one here soon. Him and Brian, they're both doing a great job. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you.
It's awesome. We take a lot of pride in that room, being able to do everything, and he brings a great energy, great change of pace to our offense, so it's awesome.
Christian, what do you think of Jones? Jones last week completed 79%. Today he completed 85% against this defense. What do you think of the way he's playing?
He's a baller, man. Yeah, he's a baller. He commands a huddle, knows where to go, has great poise, and he's a baller. We got to be a little better for him.
Emotionally, do you feel the same as George does, that you guys have the players to make the run for this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can be our own worst enemy sometimes, and I think if we just stay on our P's and Q's and continue to be efficient and not have mental errors and other things like that, we have a chance. We always have a chance. I've said this every week, but I think the beauty of this league is you can win every game and you can lose every game. that's also the challenge. But, yeah, we definitely have the guys. Today wasn't our day. We got beat. We got to move on, just like we do every week, and get back to the drawing board and play hard the rest of the way.
Christian, Dom said that you said something about after wins, or this team responds better after losses than wins. What have you seen?
Yeah, I think, something about having your back against the wall, and something about having a chip on your shoulder. And I think when you look at just the trajectory of this year and the adversity that we've faced, I'm proud of our guys' effort and our resilience and the character in those rooms. It's tough losing the guys that we have, but we never believe we're out of the fight, and we never will. And so I'm proud of our guys in that way. So I think after losses, we're reminded that we got to get our stuff together.
Christian, I assume at this point it's not a surprise that Mac plays really well, but you think back to when he signed, did you have any idea he could be this good?
I think when you watch him in OTAs and you watch him throughout training camp, and that's a guy, he's made a Pro Bowl on other teams. Everybody, he's a hell of a quarterback and somebody that has proven it day in and day out. So that's one of the beauties of this team, man. We do have depth. Brock's an unbelievable player, and when he goes down, to have somebody like that come up is huge for us.
That's good. Thank you.
Thanks.
That was Mac Jones and George Kittle just speaking. And we're going to go back to CMC.
Is that why we're seeing that percentage climb?
Yeah, that's the goal, just be above that 65 or more %. Just keep moving the ball, and didn't start fast. Like last week, we started pretty well, and we played them the first time. We were up 14-0, so that wasn't the case this time. And definitely just want to keep throwing completions and let the guys do the work. And once I get rid of the ball, that's when we can get yards. So I know that, and that's important.
How much did the offensive line play a factor in that? No sacks allowed today.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I know we emphasized it, and they did a great job just keeping the energy throughout the game. It's not an easy game to play in when you get down, and felt like we had a chance there to at least get close to matching scores, and we didn't, but the offensive line did a great job in the run game and obviously in the pass game as well.
Yeah, George just said a lot, and he said again today, it's on the offense. You got to put a lot of points up there. You know what's happened to the defense. I imagine this has been a message throughout the offensive unit. What kind of responsibility does that put on you as the quarterback and put on everybody to know we got to score points here?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think about scoring points. I think about doing my job on each play, and those come with doing your job. If you can stack up good drives and get it down to the red zone, then you get a chance. Like, obviously I want to score points, but I'm not sitting there like thinking about that. I'm thinking about doing my part, and I think that's how we can be better. When all 11 guys do their job correctly, then the points will come, and I know we want to get to that 30-point mark, and once you do that, you feel pretty good as an offense, like you played well enough to give yourself a chance. So definitely want to continue to grow in that area, but it starts with execution in the process, really, over results.
When you think of like this, is it indicative of showing how competitive the NFC West is?
Yeah, definitely. It's a really tough conference. My first year playing in it, and at this point we got to try and win every game we play in, and our backs are going to be against the wall again, so see what we do.
What did you think of George's touchdown catch, and did it look like he was in bounds when he caught it?
I didn't know. I asked him, like I always do, like did you get it or not? And he's like, yeah, I got it. So from there, we just picked our 2-point play and then didn't execute on that. But he made a great play, making the touchdown and dive in, and had a bunch of good catches in the game, tight coverage. They were holding them stuff, so he did a good job.
A lot of people, quarterbacks in your situation, would like sign a 1-year contract in March and get a career reset, and then see what happens. In free agency, you signed a 2-year deal. Why was that?
It's kind of a random question, but I think it was what was presented to me, and I wanted to get back to having fun playing football, and I think I've done that. And today wasn't as fun, obviously, but I still believe that we have the right guys in this locker room, and I wanted to get around a good organization that believes in the players, and that's coaches that believe in the players and players that believe in the players. So I feel like we have the right guys. I've just been really fortunate to be here this year, and I want to just try and find ways to win games for us, and that's all I'm here to do, and the future will take care of itself.
As far as the future, maybe another random question, but, I mean, I think we've established the fact that you are obviously, can be a high caliber NFL starting quarterback. Have you thought much about next year, and you know, what that might present for you?
Yeah, I mean, not too much, to be honest. Really just try to take it day by day, and I set goals out for myself this year to be ready to play when my number was called, and I got to continue to do that. And I want to work on things and get better each day, and I've never tried to look ahead. It's hard not to, but I never want to do that. I want to focus on each week, and I know how challenging the NFL is, just having played for a couple of years, and I feel like we have a young team that needs leadership right now, and my goal is to lead them and get ready for Arizona.
What kind of impact did Nick Bosa and Fred Warner being in the locker room give to
Sorry, what did you say?
Nick Bosa and Fred Warner in the locker room?
Yeah.
What kind of impact did it have?
Oh yeah, that was awesome just to see those guys, and had a few injuries here, and guys are stepping up, but just to have their presence and seeing them before the game, just dapping them up and saying what's up, just always lifts the vibes. And I know they want to be out there, and they obviously can't, but they're doing everything they can to get healthy and be there for the young players on our team.
Mac, did the Rams do anything different today? It seemed like they had a lot of too deep safety looks.
Yeah.
Was that more than the first time around?
A little bit. I mean, I think that was kind of their plan. They knew they have a great offense, and the first game they just spun the dial on us and played a bunch of different coverages. But yeah, this time was definitely more split safety shell and keep it in front of them, just make us drive it, and it's kind of been the theme here. We've played a lot of defenses like that, so they're a really good team, and they just had our number today, but wasn't our day, and doesn't mean it can't be our day soon.
You mentioned the need for leadership on this young team, especially on defense, without Fred and Nick. Is that a process, from as far as you can tell, like that is going to naturally take time, where you have to figure out who to look to without two big talents and leaders on that side of the ball?
Yeah, I think this happens with every team, right? You might lose somebody that's a leader, and the person that's in that role has to step up and do their job really well. But I believe that it's all done during the week, and you put all the work in, and the hay's in the barn. And once you go out there, you should feel confident, and whoever leads on game day, that's great. But really it comes throughout the week as well. And I feel like we have good guys on our team that are stepping up doing that. And for me, it's about doing my job and coming to work every day, positive, and I feel like that's how I lead. I'm not going to change, and I don't think anybody else should change either.
On the play before the interception, it was nullified by offsetting penalties, but it looked like Verse decked you pretty good.
Yeah.
Where did he get you in?
I don't know. I just thought it was a bang play. It's a good hit. Didn't affect anything. So yeah, obviously would wish we got that there, and then the next play wouldn't have happened. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
49ers Live postgame. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back to 49ers Live postgame show with Professor B. Week 10 here at we're here looking live here at here live with here live. In case you missed it today, 49ers fall to the Los Angeles Rams by a score of 42-26, and everybody talking to somebody. The defense really didn't play that bad. It's just the offense did not play that well. And when you're -2 in the takeaway giveaway ratio, and when you're penalized 7 times, you're not going to win games. And the Rams were able to get points off the Niners' 2 turnovers. So that's why the Rams have probably perhaps the best defense in all of football as they're ranked number 1. So the 49ers end up falling 42-26. The Niners fall to 6-4. The Rams, with their victory, now improves to 8-2 as we begin the second half of the season. And the sad thing about this, the Niners will not have their bye week until a month from now. And we'll just have to, the Niners just have to make hay what they got, and but we're going to take a look around the scoreboard around in week number 10. The 10th week of this NFL season, around the Niners Radio 49 NFL Week 10 scoreboard. Get you that set up. Reminder, tomorrow night we'll have 49ers Live right after Monday Night Football, when the Green Bay Packers take on the Philadelphia Eagles. That game will be at Lambeau Field. Take a look at the scores. We're going to get that up. I will write a post tonight on later on this evening. I'm going to write the recap of this game on our Patreon page. Get a chance, we'll Here we go. So we'll take a look at the scores. We'll go through the early games. The late games first. The Detroit Lions over the Washington Commanders, a rematch of that NFC divisional playoff last January. And the Lions win it by double digits, 44-22 in the nation's capital. And then it was the Seahawks all over the Cardinals, 44-22. The Patriots beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 28-23. The Jets over the Browns 27-20. The Ravens over the Vikings 27-19. The Miami Dolphins pull off the upset of the day, 30-13 over the Buffalo Bills. What a total letdown for the Bills. A lot of people thought that they beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and they just got annihilated by Buffalo. A lot of the Dolphin players are trying to rally for them to save Mike McDaniel's job. 30-13 is the final score. And the Bills loss coupled with the Patriots win over the Buccaneers. The Patriots are now in first place in the AFC East, probably the most improved team in all of football. And what Mike Vrabel is doing there in Foxborough. And that game now is a lot of uncertainty whether the Bills can repeat, because if they were to finish with identical records at the end of the season, the Patriots would have the tie-breaking advantage over the Buffalo Bills. Whoever believes that? And then it was the Texans holding off the Jaguars down in Houston 36-29. The Chicago Bears over the New York Football Giants 24-20. The Saints picking up a win over the Panthers 17-7 in North Carolina. And then the game in Germany, the Colts over the Falcons 31-25. And then the Steelers lead the Chargers down in SoFi Stadium 3-0. And then the Broncos eke went out over the Raiders 10-7 in Denver on Thursday Night Football. Then tomorrow night it will be the Eagles and Packers at Lambeau Field, 5:15 on Monday Night Football on ABC. Now tomorrow we will have a recap we'll be having Monday Night Live, 49ers Live Monday edition, immediately following the Packers and the Eagles, and we'll recap that game. We'll recap what happened on Monday. We'll have Kyle Shanahan's post-game. We'll have his conference, and then we'll recap the game, and then look forward when the Niners take on their next opponent, the Arizona Cardinals, an important game down in the desert. And this is probably a game where the Niners try to go for a series sweep over Arizona. A struggling team as well. Uncertainty whether Kyler Murray will not be back with the team next year because of salary cap reasons. We're going to try to get my man David Murphy from Big Sky Sports, who covers the Arizona Cardinals, on our podcast later this week. So right now we're at 5:41. We're now 19 minutes before 6 o'clock. We'll stay on a little bit. Got a little bit more of a time. A lot of Niner fans here. Great place to come down here for game day here at Hyatt Regency Hotel. And great place, great food, great atmosphere. The mood is a little bit different when the Niners lose, but when they win, it's very festive. But we're glad for all of you guys are tuning in on Niners Radio 49. We're going to take this time out, and when we come back, we'll have some more. Take this quick time out. Professor B, you're looking live here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel here in Santa Clara, just across the street from Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. 49ers Live postgame. Niners fall to the Rams, 42-26. We'll take this time out. Okay, we continue on 49ers Live, Niners Radio 49, Professor B here at we are here live. 49ers falling disappointed by the score of 40-26. As we continue on Niners Radio 49, so we are going to get ready to wrap it up for tonight. As we get to, we're now at 5:25. It's 15 minutes before the top of the hour of 6 o'clock. So we're going to just wrap it up here. I really can't turn out well for the 49ers today. The Niners are going to have to try to bounce back and get ready for the Arizona Cardinals team, who are struggling very badly. The next home game for the 49ers will be 2 weeks from tonight. Or 2 week correction, 2 weeks from tomorrow night. They'll play on Monday Night Football. The next home game will be 2 weeks from tomorrow night. They'll take on the Carolina Panthers right here at Levi Stadium for Monday Night Football. And the kickoff time, well, next Sunday's game will be at 1:05. That will be on Fox. And then 1 week to 2 weeks from tomorrow night, we'll be right back. We'll be back right here, Monday Night Live, 49ers Tailgate, and 49ers Tailgate. And we'll be right back here for a post game right after Monday Night Football and Monday Night Live. So, and then of course 2 weeks from this coming Tuesday after the Monday Night game, we'll have a special edition of 49ers Live Tuesday. It's a very special Tuesday edition. We'll have the aftermath on that Tuesday night after the Niners play on Monday Night Football. But a reminder again, tomorrow we will play. But tomorrow we'll have our Monday Night Live, the aftermath immediately following the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers playing on Monday Night Football, which you'll see on ABC. So that's it for now. I'd like to thank for all of you for watching today. If you missed this, in case just tuning in, if you missed this podcast, you can click it back and watch the replay of it. We thank all the staff from the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Hospitality, great place to podcast. Perfect place. And for all the latest in the 49ers news, so much more on the 49ers.com. And the purchase tickets for the next future 49ers game, go to 49ers.com. 49ers.com for all the latest Niners news, and Ticketmaster.com as well. And finally, we are going to send our shout out of the playoffs. Congratulations to the following team. Saying Nation's Wildcats defeated Friday night. They won the Bruce Mahoney football game. They end up beating SI ended up being Sacred Heart Friday night. They end up winning the game, and then they end up and then on Saturday the George Washington Eagles defeated the Lowell Cardinal at George Washington on Senior Day. And tomorrow night on our podcast, we will have the interview. I sat down and talked with Washington Eagles quarterback, senior Roy Mertz. I did that interview right after last night's, after the game yesterday afternoon, after their win. The Eagles will be hosting the Lincoln Mustangs next Saturday at Washington. It's a 1:30 p.m. kickoff time, a 1:30 start. That part of the semifinal. The other semifinal, also congratulations to the Balboa Buccaneers, who won the league out, went undefeated, won the league outright. Them and their JVs also won outright. They get the road to Turkey Day. Balboa will once again have the home field advantage throughout the entire playoffs, as George Washington will host Lincoln next Saturday. It will be a late 1:30 kickoff time. The two survivors of the semifinals will advance to play in Turkey Day coming up on that will be coming up on the 27th. That will be a little more than 2 weeks from Thanksgiving Day. But that's it for now. Professor B signing off for the latest news on 49ers, 49ers.com. Check us out on youtube.com/@NinersRadio 49 for all the latest content. That's it for now. It's so long. Thank you for watching 49ers Live. Postgame, Niners fall to the Rams 40-26. You've been watching 49ers Live, an exclusive presentation postgame on Niners Radio 49 in association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network. Where every team has a fan, and every fan has a voice. The network heard of champions. 49ers football, faithful to the men. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.